This PowerPoint was created to give a brief overview for early access service coordinators and providers on final exit codes that are used when a child and their family exits early access. The purpose of this presentation is to introduce the exit code decision flowchart, highlight when a consent for early access evaluation and assessment with prior written notice form is needed, and to point early access service coordinators and providers to resources where final exit code definitions and examples can be found. A final exit code decision flowchart has been posted as a guiding document to Section 19, Final Exit of the Early Access Procedures Manual. The manual and its guiding documents can be found online at the Iowa Family Support Network website. A link to the location of Section 19 and the flowchart will be provided on a later slide. The flowchart is a tool to help service coordinators and providers understand what final exit code to use when exiting a child from early access. Let's start by taking a closer look at the final exit code decision flowchart. In the bottom right-hand corner, there is a key that lists the final exit codes and a brief description of each code. This flowchart does not cover the deceased and moved out of state exit codes. We felt that these codes were self-explanatory and did not need to be included in the flowchart. To navigate this flowchart, first begin with the question, is this child exiting prior to age 2 years, 9 months? Depending on the age of the child, a transition plan may be required and specific exit codes may be used. On the next few slides, we will walk through the different exit codes that can be used based on child's age at exit as well as other factors. If a child is exiting prior to age 2 years, 9 months, the following exit codes can be used. Unknown/attempts to contact unsuccessful, which is the exit code UNK. Services declined by parent, exit code SDP. And program completion prior to age 3, exit code PMA. If you have been unable to locate the family or child after repeated documented attempts, and the child is going to be exited from early access, exit code UNK is used. If the parents are wanting to exit, even if the child remains eligible because the child has a known condition, shows a 25% delay in at least one area of development, or the team has data to suggest that early intervention supports and services are needed, then exit code SDP is used. If the child does not have a known condition, does not show a 25% delay in an area of development, and the data that the team has suggests that early intervention services and supports are no longer needed, then exit code PMA is used. However, in order to use exit code PMA, the team must ensure that the child does not have a 25% delay in any area of development prior to exiting. Teams will need to obtain a consent for early access, evaluation, and assessment with prior written notice, and conduct an evaluation. You can begin the evaluation in the areas of concern. However, if the area or areas of concern do not have a delay, then you must evaluate all areas of the child's development to ensure that there is no delay prior to exiting. If an evaluation was conducted and a 25% delay was found, and the parents want to end services, or if the parents did not consent to the evaluation to confirm the child no longer has a 25% delay, PMA would not be an appropriate code to use. Instead, the exit code to use is SDP. If a child is exiting at age 2 years, 9 months or older, the following codes can be used. Not eligible for Part B Early Childhood Special Education and exited with referrals to other programs, exit code EOP. Not eligible for Part B Early Childhood Special Education, exited with no referrals, ENR. Part B eligibility not determined, END.
and eligible for Part B early childhood special education exiting at age 3 EFB. If the team conducted the suspected disability discussion and does not think the child is potentially eligible for early childhood special education, and the child is enrolled in or referred to other programs, exit code EOP is used. If the child is not enrolled in or referred to other programs, exit code ENR is used. If the team conducted the suspected disability discussion and found the child is potentially eligible for early childhood special education, then the parent will need to consent to Part B eligibility determination. If the team suspects the child is potentially eligible, but the parent does not consent to an evaluation, exit code BND is used. Exit code BND is also used when a parent has consented to an evaluation, but an eligibility meeting is not held before the child's 3rd birthday, and therefore eligibility for early childhood special education services was not determined at exit. If the parent consented to Part B eligibility determination and the child is determined eligible for early childhood special education services, exit code EFB is used. If the child is determined eligible for early childhood special education, but the parents decline Part B services, exit code EFB is used. If the parent consented to Part B eligibility determination and child was found not eligible, and the child is either enrolled in or referred to other programs, then exit code EOP is used. If no referrals to other programs were made, or the child is not already enrolled in other programs, ENR is used. All children exiting early access who are older than 2 years, 9 months are required to have a transition plan completed.
If you are interested in learning more about final exit codes and reading scenarios for the different codes, we recommend you read Section 19, Final Exit, of the Early Access Procedures Manual. On this slide, we have a link to Section 19 Final Exit that can be found on the Iowa Family Support Network website. The IDEA Data Center also has a Part C exiting toolkit. This toolkit provides information on Part C exiting reasons and explanations. A link to this toolkit that can be found on the IDEA Data Center website is also on this slide. If you have questions regarding final exit codes, contact the Early Access Liaison within your area education agency or the Child Health Specialty Clinic Early Access Program Manager. If you have any other questions related to Section 19, Final Exit, or questions on any other section of the Early Access Procedures Manual, you may submit a question online through the Early Access Procedures question button that is located on the Iowa Family Support Network website.